hello. Looks like the last video at the end, but I thought let's do a little extra to these now that they're finished. What do you think? So, how are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. I am. This is my second video in one day. So this is pretty awesome. I don't know if it'll get out tomorrow or not, but I just thought, why not let's try a little extra and see how easy we could take these pictures and make them just a little bit more zhuzh. You know what I mean? You know zhuzh? I like zhuzh. Okay, so I have some colors here on my big palette. Just a little bit. These are koi. These are a mixture of Daniel Smith and Winsor Newton, a couple of Grumbacher. That's what we used yesterday on these already. But I thought maybe if we just a little, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of extra, just a little bit of extra. We're gonna get some red and some yellow, some of this pretty little orange, and this other reddish color, and this really pretty green, and then this green too. Maybe, who knows, maybe some of that. Not quite sure. But I was just thinking if we added a few leaves in here to make it look a little more realistic, wouldn't that be cool? And these are really good colors. We may still use other colors too. Now this is the one that we used the masking fluid, and this is the one we used the masking tape on. So I really don't want it to be too wet because I want these to show up as like a leaf. Now these are Royal Langenickel. These are really short round. These are just the cutest little paintbrush you ever saw. I love these paintbrushes. Got a little bit of something there. We're not really all that thick, are we? That's a good thing to do. Run it along your finger and see if it's got a lot of color in it. Because if it doesn't, then you might want to go back and scratch on your paint just a little bit more. There we go. And we're just gonna put a few little leaves here and there. We're just gonna tap our brush. Just a little tap-ins here and there. Yes, I know my paper is wobbly. Maybe we put this on the corner. And this on this corner. Oh, that's dangerous. That's just so dangerous for me. So we're just going to tap. Tappy tap, tappy tap. Happy taps. Just doing a couple of little leaves here and there. They don't even have to look like what a leaf for a white birch should look like. It can just be happy taps. Just a couple of little happy taps here and there. Just leaves. Just so you have a few that actually look like the leaves. That's what we're going for. Just little, yeah, we'll put this one up here. Yeah. Wow, what a mess. It's a happy mess though. It's a really happy mess. Gotta have those happy messes, little things that just pop into your life and make you go, what in the world? So we're just doing a couple little teeny tiny leaves here and there. And then we're going to try this color, which on this palette, they're koi. I have no idea which ones are which. I could guess, but there's a big possibility I'm going to be wrong. So we're just going to put down some cute little... It's very difficult when you have water glasses holding your papers down. But even with that, you see, it doesn't have to be perfect. Because we're just doing a little extra color here and there. Because trees have real leaves. They don't all have just a smush, right? So we're just going to take this painting to the next level. and just see how wonderful. And I'm going to do it with my left hand for a minute because holy cow, you can. Look at that. I'm painting left-handed. I never paint left-handed. I think we should do this more often. I have heard that this is really good for you. It's good for you to do the other side. If you're used to painting one way or the other, try painting the other way. Try painting with the other hand. It's supposed to open up your brain. I like the idea. We shall see how it works. We're going to do some green ones because they're still green. Maybe we'll make these ones smaller because they're still green leaves out there. Even when the trees are all falling. We were at my mom and dad's just this last weekend. They have leaves that are changing as we speak. I mean, we were looking around and my dad said, look at those leaves over there. They're half green and half yellow. And then there's one that was a third green and a third yellow. So we were just amazed by the beauty all around us. We were like, what? So we went outside and took pictures. My long lost sister from Arizona was up. It was wonderful. All three sisters got together this time. I love when all three of us are together. Two of us live up here. One of us lives in Arizona. Then we have a brother too. So we have a brother and a sister in love who lives not in Arizona. They live down in south, down Texas way. I don't know if they want you to know that, so don't tell them I told you. I really don't think that's as big a deal. Anywho, we're going to go on with some little yellow leaves. You can't really see the yellow very much, but it's just a little hint of that is there. We're just pulling the pictures into a different light. If you see what I mean, you can see what I mean. There's just, we're going to give it a little extra something where it just looks like there's a hint of a leaf there. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be just a hint. Maybe these light green ones are just changing. Just about to change, you know? And then we'll try some of this with the left hand over here. Not quite slapping it on the paper like yesterday, which was therapeutic and fun. If you haven't seen that video, I will definitely try to remember to link it below so that anyone who wants to see the video that made me think of doing this, then you can go back and watch it. I don't know about this one. This is like my favorite color. It's called malachite. Not sure if that's a good color for a leaf. Huh, why not? Just a little bit here and there. Be wary of those little tiny dripples. They get on the edge, the bigger ones, because they will do their best to screw up your picture. They will try their hardest to mess up your picture. And it's not nice of them, but they do it anyway. Okay, so now we're also going to get out my trusty old Sharpie pens and just kind of give the trees a little bit of an outline, just so we know where they are. This is the doodling part that I love, and I don't do very often. I'm going to move this one over just a tad, just for a second. but just not really outlining the excuse me, the entire thing, but giving a little life. And yes, you can do that with watercolor as well, but I find I have more control with my pen, and I really like that. You know, this time of year, they talk about mold spores and such in the air because it's that time of year. And I tell ya, this time of year seems like my voice always goes. Not like completely gone, you know, just enough to make it irritating. And plus this way you can make those adjustments where things look a little more real. And if you don't know which way a limb is going, you can change it. And so then it looks like that limb is going the way you wanted it to go. That one went behind some leaves, so we're just going to bring it out just a little bit so we can see where it is. But yeah, this is like super much fun. If you got to remember, you don't have to show your art to anybody. Just pick up a pen or a paintbrush or something and just see what comes. What in the world? You have nothing to lose. You're not doing this to put it on display. It's for a therapeutic purpose. And I think you can do it. Actually, I know you can, because if I can do it, anybody can do it. There was a long time where I thought I was just, no, there's no way I can paint. But one day, I had a daycare, and I had to figure out stuff, and I couldn't always find what I wanted. Suddenly, I'm like, what in the world? I can do that. I could do that. I can make it my own. Why not? Why am I trying to find somebody else's work? So I started, and I have been going ever since. Just more and more and more. Got those lumps in the tree. I love it. This is just... Yesterday was super easy. I wanted it to be super easy. Anybody can do this. That's the point. But then to see that you can put a few extra leaves, a few extra strokes here and there, whether it's with a pen or a paintbrush, and you can suddenly have something a little bit even more than just a silly little thing you're just playing around with. Now it's like, oh my goodness. You can see the trees, you can see the leaves a little bit better. But I like to give it a little something in the cracks and the crevices, you know. But this big tree needs to be seen. This little stumpy thing, I'm going to say that comes from behind it. What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Please share this with your friends and give me a quick comment. Tell me what you think. Yeah, I like that a lot more. A lot. What do you think, friends? I would love to hear what you think about this. What do you think? Would you do this? You don't have to show it to anybody, or you can. You can show it to all your friends. Maybe you try it and shock yourself and be like, whoa, I am good. You'd be like, dude, look what I did. Look what I did. Then you could be so proud of it. And something like this, if you suddenly find out that you messed it up because you got your hand in something, it really doesn't matter all that much, because it just doesn't matter all that much. It's just practice. And this one, I don't even know how much it really needs anything. Maybe a little bit. I don't even know where this branch is coming from. Seems like it's stuck to this one. And I don't know where they're coming from. But they're out there somewhere. There's another tree. But anywhere you see that you can't quite pick out where the tree is, then you just give it a little something so it can find its way. Where the person who looks at it, whether it's you or 100 other people, wherever someone looks at it, they're like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Sometimes you want to leave it up to the eye of the beholder. Other times you want to be like, there's a tree right here. You know? I'm going to say this one kind of got stuck behind the leaves. That one got in there behind the leaves. But I really like this tree. This is a really good tree. And please tell me you'll at least try this. I would love to see it. Maybe if you like this video, share it with your friends and let me know that your friends are liking it. That'd be great. I would appreciate that. And then let's see if we have, get my paintbrush back and see if we can get some of this dark green that we made earlier again for the grass. Now I'm finding those crazy little paintbrush bristles everywhere. It's not from this paintbrush, I promise you. And how about a little bit of this dark? Yeah, this stuff is really awesome. It's called neutral tint. It just takes all the guesswork out. I mean, I could sit here and try to make sure we have it perfectly perfect, and work on, but we don't have time for all that. We don't have time to sit here and play around all the time. Sometimes, yes, it's wonderful to play with colors and see what you come up with. Come here, you little paintbrushes. Let's try this one. What is this? Airbrush Tower. 0. I have paintbrushes that just don't even know where they came from. So now we're just gonna, because this is out in the woods, so we're gonna give it a little bit of zhoosh. There's some grasses. Doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to remember that this is a painting of something that's happening out in the woods. Just flicking that wrist. That's all you're doing. Doesn't have to be just around the trees. It can be anywhere. Because you still have grasses, and a lot of them are pretty dead by the time the leaves start to changing. We're gonna do some darker, some lighter. Yep, it's that easy, people. Then you could be proud of this because you painted it, and you could put it on the wall. Or maybe you just put it on a card and send it to a friend or a loved one. A little bit more of that medium, like, what did I call it? Neutral tint. What am I calling a medium? A little more of the dark and a little more of the neutral tint. But look at how that changed it. How that took our picture from just a picture that was absolutely perfect in every way, but now gave it a little more zhuzh. Yep, I like it. Okay, let's give this one some more grass too. Yep. I don't know why grasses tend to like to be closer to trees. Do you? I have questions. I always have questions. I have a ton of questions in my mind all the time. So when you're walking through the woods, you see these long, wonderful grasses that are left over. Sometimes they look like wheat. They're all dry. And just a couple of months ago, they were nice and beautiful and green. Now they're all dried, and I need some more water. It's just wonderful, fun to walk through the woods. And then once you start to paint, when you walk through the woods, you start to look at things differently. You're walking through the woods and you're like, I bet I could paint that. I don't always paint the stuff that I say I could paint. Sometimes I just take a picture of it. Let's see, I'll take a picture of it. Let's see what happens later. But I think all that really made a difference. I think I'm going to have to put a before and after picture on this one. I'll have to see. Am I still recording? Because if I'm not, that's going to be really disappointing. No, we are. This is going to be a shorter video. Shorter. But man, I think that did a lot. Okay. So that is it. This is what I'm leaving you with today. We're going to just call this one done because I'm done. So you can take your picture to a whole nother level. If you do a picture like we did yesterday, or in this case, just a few hours ago, but you're not going to see this one until tomorrow. If you take the picture that you do, and then you just adjust it a little bit here and there, put some leaves, make sure you can see where those trees actually are. They're not just blending into the background. Give it some grass on the bottom, and then holy cow, you have a whole completely different picture. So I'm going to leave you with that, my friends. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have all kinds of wonderful things happen for you today with your family, with your friends, and I hope it's just a great day. Please don't forget to go to YouTube, watch my video, and give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. Leave me a comment, tell me what you think. I sure would like to know. And we'll see you in the next video. So much love and peace to you all. Have a great day, and God bless each and every one of you. Okay, see you later. Bye.